can construct a team fight around it, and this is why they wait for their support pick. The Alistar pick comes in, so then they lower their priority on Rel, and they're like, fine, you're trying to preemptively counter this Rel pick. We go with the Renata.
How can you make sure aiming is having an okay game? And even if he
Flash, knock up, knock back, Cuz is here for the twisted advance, and Hung has been hanged out to dry by KT.
Well, there you go. The whole Lehens.
Flash, in front of Lehens! He stood still!
One directly, plus the CS lead, plus the turret plate, but mid lane.
Cuz flashes forward, twisted advance, Pop Blossom, but Pop goes the Nico as KT strike again.
Or 20 CS, but he also has a call because of the 2v2 matchup. Aiming, they get something going.
And Zika still has flash and has a ward to jump away alongside a control ward. You can see Cuz on his way, the ignite going down onto Zika. There's the leap strike to start it off. Flash, counter strike, knock back. Zika dodges away from the Nature's Grasp, but now has nothing at his disposal to escape the clutches of KT, apart from another jump over the wall. I will think he's a little penned in here. Probably just going to die to the tower. Who gets the kill? He doesn't! He's got the blow away!
He did it! He's out!
Zika, you beautiful man!
The investment gets punished on the other end of the map, where now, even with Herald going over to KT, the first turret bot actually goes to the LNG, and they're trying to strike back.
Kazar charges in, the tower doesn't quite fall as Tarzan goes in with the EQ flash. Chase continues, Zika looking for that counter-strike, still cleanse a flash available for aiming as Lehens acts as a bodyguard, counter TP. Behind them now as the twisted advance goes forward. KT looking for a little bit more, Tarzan flags and drags into the bush, but there's no escape for him. Only Zika, the Houdini of the Rip, can get away, but this time, shut down again today. 4 kills.
Get some more farm into Aphelios while you give up this dragon. Looks like they're taking over deep coverage of the jungle.
That wave as well, aiming on his way to join his teammates, his comrades in arms. He gets the ult down and it's stolen by Cuz. How on earth?
Is ice cold.
You still want Tarzan as your jungler in solo queue going? Because I'm feeling...
That would be big.
Aiming, respecting it. Lane jumpers come down. Zika coming from one side. The counter strike flashed away. Aiming able to survive, and now Zika caught underneath the tower, tanking tower shots. But Daze is aiming. The super mega death rocket not enough, but he still gets the kill. LNG's here as the Baron has been begun. The TP behind as well. And looking for that flank position as Scout could find all 5. Scout goes in, the Pop Blossom lands and down goes aiming. Meanwhile, Keen gonna bring Tarzan back into the fight. He's got the Renata bailout to try and bring him back to life, and that will do exactly what it's meant to do in a fight like this. The TP coming in from Zika as he looks to join the fray. KT trying to fight, but will they live another? I mean, maybe they're trying to pull KT into the fight as BDD looks for something. Dragon down, Hex flash in by Lehens, but they don't know that Scout is here. KT in arrears in terms of their map awareness as Keen is locked up with a Pop Blossom, and now BDD in the middle of LNG. He manages to survive. Scout doing everything he can to keep his team alive. Garlem on the backline, unable to approach as Scout will fall as well. 2 to KT alongside the Dragon.
Keen and Lehens getting both summoners off Gala. Let's see if they can punish him
so
now.
low already. Look at where Cuz is. That Baron might be gone before Cuz can even get in. And there's the hostile takeover coming out as well. The root being used for the Nature's Grasp, but Hung able to survive. And now KT on the back, but good knockback with the Pathmaker as Tarzan retreats to his team. But look at the Shurikens and look at Cuz's head. Health bar just get ripped to shreds. The Pop Blossom finds aiming as well, but he has that flash cleanse back up. The Cataclysm enough to find the kill as LNG advance. An unending march from LNG as KT can only stand and watch as their cow is mown down.
They can go for an end here, honestly. Can they rush it? 25 seconds left on this Maokai. They're going to go for it. LNG.
Before the game, we said LNG were the best at jumping on their enemies' mistakes. It didn't even look like a mistake by KT, but LNG pounce once again.
And this is a blue side loss if KT are unable to hold on here. 10 seconds on the hands to 15, 14 on aiming.
I think they can hold. The first Nexus tower falls, but BDD does have the poke.
Yeah, they can hold on.
Do they re-engage? Do you have a TP anywhere? BDD has one if he wants to look.
Watch as well. Trying to keep this Aphelios down is going to be so hard, and now LNG is going to be able to accelerate the gold, deny the soul.
Don't do this to me.
Nah.
Okay. Smart play by LNG to back away from it, make sure it couldn't be stolen. It wasn't.
There's no AP damage as
Lehens, Hex splash in, they get onto Gala, but they don't have the follow-up right now. Aiming, trying to put the damage down as Scout is going to join the fray. From the side, it's a 5-man can. Only the stopwatch stopped BDD from being ripped apart, but Gala will follow up with a shutdown onto the enemy mid. The chase continues here for LNG. Keen trying to get away the Counter-Strike, aiming able to flash away from it, but the Counter-Strike still finds one. Zika was looking for
just move out of the way, and then they should be fine no matter what.
He's aiming.
They know it's going to get caught.
It's taken.
Done now for Gala.
And the Aphelios. Hex flash away from Lehens. He knows this tower is not long for the Rift. LNG now pushing in for their second inhibitor. The mid one has respawned. They can work their way across there. KT 5 members strong, trying to mount some sort of last bastion of defense. But the defense has been found wanting so far. LNG continue to push forward.
Yeah, they're not going to stop here. Baron buff, a full minute left, and Gala, he wants blood.
Can Keen hit confirm? He needs the Q3. He's building up towards it. Gala may be overstepping, but does still have the flash to cleanse. Zika takes a little bit of HP. There's a hit for confirm onto Gala, but can they put the damage down? Gala almost into his GA, but he survives with the redemption and with the hostile takeover. And you just can't kill Gala when he's in this sort of form. The super mega death rocket goes right, and now LNG already got 1 kill on the board. Keen down. The Nexus tower short to follow as LNG turn their eyes towards the Nexus. They don't even need to kill off KT. They've done it on the Rift already. LNG 1-0.
At least for topside, you know, the very famous dueling power of Renekton and Sejuani into the Jax. Try and get that Renekton to leverage against Jax early and snowball this game, because you've got to win early for the gank.
Spotted now.
Tarzan has been spotted. Keen, where are you going to go? How do you slip your way out of this one? We saw the dancing shoes from Zika in game one. Keen might just try and trade in the Counter-Strike, slice and dice away. The flash, follow from Zika, and it's a solo in the top lane. No, he doesn't know. He is unaware as he flashes away. The hook connects. The Riptide as well, as Gala's being chased under the tower. And Gala is gonzo in the bottom lane. Do with Zika being interrupted, they can't even make the TP play as the Hens is looking for something. The blast
so good.
Oh, that was absolutely gorgeous. A bloody beautiful play by KT as they get the cherry on top of their Drake.
Oh, I love it. Lehens goes over to lock him up, and the blast cone is sitting there. BDD just Talia W's him to the other side of the blast cone. Instantly taken down. Now they're turning it up. KT on the warpath.
As the Weaver's Ward knocked back by the Emperor's Divide, but Tarzan on the wrong side of the ward and on the wrong side.
I think that the Renekton at this point still forced to be reckoned with, but you get like 15 more minutes, right? And from that point on, not really going to be the case anymore.
Safe as far as mid laners go in the side lane, and Sivir always loves to plant herself really early on in mid lane here to be able to perma farm.
Ruthless Predator there, I think it's going to come down just afterwards. Dominus now used with the TP out from Scout. This is the Dragon sacrifice, but Keen unable to flash over the wall as Scout finds his mark. Tower definitely will fall looking at its health bar now, and then KT can work their way down towards the Dragon and a bot tier.
It's nice for KT, but LNG, as long as they keep making these plays that take away some of the tempo, they keep putting Keen behind, and Scout keeps getting accelerated.
Be able to finish up that tower topside without any meaningful answer from LNG.
Wait, now the control ward is gone, so my point is moot, but it helped for a little while, okay?
You also see that the Cuz
able to dash away. Solar Flare on Cuz as well, still has the flash, but he's dashed into, he tries to flash the wall, but can't get away already. Tarzan's down. Cuz survives.
was kind of.
You can see how perhaps KT were about it. They started up the Dragon. They're like, okay, Lehens, make sure you are marking this Baron. Make sure no one can take it away from us.
It's also last time, I think it was...
Immediately has to come over and cover the rest of the team.
Seismic shove back, Hung pops the stopwatch, but is he just going to be burst down immediately afterwards? The answer's yes! What are your options? Control board now in, spots Lehens, the Pixel Bush. As KT continue to do the Baron. Tarzan trying to get in, but he's depth charged up. The Baron down to 1,000. The smite comes out from Cuz, and now Zika on the front line. Keen looking for the engage from the side. BDD going in as well with the Weaver's Wall, and it funnels LNG into a choke point, but the blast cone helps them out for a second. Aiming, looking for that killer instinct, can't quite find it. Cuz gets the knock up onto Zika, but the Counter-Strike comes out. Gala trying to open up, but he's separated from the rest of LNG.
Hung
now he rejoins them. Hung has joined the fray, but Gala has been sent packing back to the bouncing. The Emperor's Divide comes out, but the killer instinct in by Aiming. Counter-Strike cleanse, and Aiming continues to dash and to dance and to weave his way around. LNG and Chronicle be damned. I'm damn well excited now.
Aiming Kaisa delivers again. He is into the back line, ripping them to shreds, and KT are knocking on the door.
And LNG with almost everyone down. At the very least, they're going to lose an incredible amount of their structures. This is the break that KT was waiting for. Shout Gala now, 5K, Red Bull, Baron power play coming through here. Skeen's trying again.
TP behind here. Keen's going to force Zika down towards the bottom side. BDD has the Weaver's Wall, but do they know that this TP's come in? They do, but Scout already running in the opposite direction. Zika falls, KT.
At the same time, from this point, we've seen KT in the LCK be able to consistently close out games. And I want to highlight again, I think the mastery is very good. It also just works so well with the way that KT like to play.
Nautilus ult ready.
I feel this is for a Zika TP. They can look for more if they want. The Baron already down to 5,000. Zika not TPing in, and Keen has a good flank position. Dashes away as the Baron falls low, and Cuz secures it.
To zone him off the turret, and tough for LNG to deal with this push.
Certainly is. I mean, there's 2 death caps on KT now.
There is Sivir, so
And
it's not that hard. I take it back.
Yeah. Not quite as powerful as a Nature's Grasp, the Maokai ultimate there, at pushing the team back. Inhibitor tower in the mid lane, though falling low in the mid lane. Down to a 3rd HP, should be taken by KT. The wave in the top lane pushed in by Keen. Wave in the bot lane not being played on at all. Only 2 lanes the priority here for KT. I like this positioning as well, just gives you that little bit of extra impetus at making sure LNG can't get close enough to their tower. Lehens goes in, the depth charge out, but Gala's low already. Gala almost falling, the killer instinct in by aiming, he dodges away from Scout. Emperor's Divide, not enough, because aiming is aiming for gold with his stopwatch. A double for BDD. Zika, the last man standing, and he'll do his Houdini impression once again. But there's no way out of these handcuffs for LNG as they are being locked into Game 3.
Oh, and as sweet as aiming Skysa is getting all these kills, man, BDD Talia here, so much work in this game. That one, of course, you get this.
Never trust that man. And this is KT saying, we are going toe-to-toe with you.
Yep.
We are going for team fighting. The Vi is the only factor here that, provides a little bit of mid-game.
Here we go.
Yeah, Gala and Hung think they've backed because it's a cannon wave, and that's exactly when KT would go back. Hung locked up. Looking for the Q knock up here. Flash Q. Great play there by Lehens. Hung's ticking down, and the E from Cuz finds the kill.
But I like the response as well from Hung, knowing that Lehens is towards the mid lane. Do note, Tarzan is level 6, but just a little bit too late.
And then the enemy support resets, pushes through their own jungle, clears out as many wards as they can as Gala falls low. The Root coming out, the Moonlight Vigil. Gala has the heal, manages to escape. Cease and desist, they want to stop Gala. And once again, excessive force used by Cuz to take the kill. That's why they're saving the call of the Forge God as well. Keen now in a good position to flank Emperor's Divide onto Scout, the knock up against the wall, and everything's coming up KT. Scout tries to get away, but the Ram rams him into an early grave. As Zika joins the fray, but in a 2v1, he's trying to fight against BDD. The slice, the dice, the dominance, not enough. Zika can't find his man. Tarzan flashes for it, but even he can't get onto BDD as KT disengage.
Your Q extends your auto attack a little bit, but just on
Tarzan steals away the Drake, and now the fight begins as Cuz is low. The quickness coming out of Gala diving in. Cuz already down to 200 HP. The season assist does get the knockup, but already Cuz has fallen. BDD now chased out, and no escape for him this time. LNG have just... Chronicler, I think if KT can just play a front to back, they do have the tools to do so, but the shockwave lands still on Keen as the flash is invested, and Keen will pay for his hubris. Gala respecter.
TP.
He does. TP behind now as LNG look to
up
the tempo of the game. The Dominus popped as aiming is going to meet the base of Zika here. Lehens trying to do everything he can to disengage for his AD carry. Flash, Ruthless Predator. The cleanse away by aiming. Lehens already down, aiming with the Severum. Doesn't even tickle Zika. Those scales still charging up that bottom lane, and LNG continue to advance. The charge away from Keen stopped, unstoppable, but not for much longer as LNG advance.
Gray screen into teleport into gray screen, another one for Keen. He got picked on bottom side. Rift Herald almost finishes it. Can Zika get there for the local gold as well? That's even...
LNG are calling KT to the fight. Abani in the river as KT will start the Dragon, but LNG have eyes on a much larger prize. The Baron already down to 7,000 HP, and once again LNG have played ring around the rosies. KT trying to get in here. The call of the Forge God will be brought down, but those prayers unanswered for KT as LNG steal away the big purple worm. The engage now following. KT, Shockwave will shock them all and silence the crowd here in Seoul. Lehen sacrifices himself, but it's just not enough for KT. BDD tries to...
They chase them all down.
And this is a throwback for me to game number 1 where KT just...
Their side of it,
Yeah.
they don't have the tanks, but they don't need... Okay.
Lehen's going for one, aiming there as well with the Severum. Tarzan trying to turn it around as Hung joins the fray, but a great gale force away from aiming might be enough. Tarzan heals himself back up. KT disengage as their way is 5 towards mid.
They get there first. Zika goes for the stun tower dive.
The charm, the quickness. Tarzan going in as well with the call of the Forge God. Scout able to flash away from it in time. BDD already down for the double kill, and now it's all on aiming. But purple and red are not the guns you want to see if you're a KT fan right now. Lehen's looking for the flank double. Recall coming out, but the TP immediately invested by LNG. By Scout to re-engage the fight. Could this just be it?
I think that's going to be it. I think LNG are going to make their way towards quarterfinals here.
Aiming against the white guns with the shutdown, the shockwave. Aiming with a moment to pop a stopwatch to think about what's happened. But LNG do not give him a moment to breathe. It has been breakneck as LNG have broken the backs of KT and make their way to the quarterfinals.